Just wanted to thank everyone for being here today. My name is Reagan Harmon. I am the Senior Policy Advisor on Public Safety for Mayor Jean Quan. We're here today to publicly acknowledge the Clorox Company for a very generous donation of $50,000 for laptop computers that will be going in the patrol vehicles as well as in the motorcycles. I want to kind of give the run of show for everyone today. So today's speakers will be the Honorable Mayor Jean Quan. After that, it'll be Chief Anthony Batts, Deputy Chief Eric Brashears, and Ms. Victoria Jones, who's the Vice President of Government Relations for the Clorox Company. After the speakers, there will be a demonstration of the patrol vehicles behind you as well as the police motorcycle, and we ask that you hold your questions until after the demonstration. So up first, we'll have Mayor Jean Quan.
Thank you. As you know, I've been trying to combine my regular weekly briefings with important issues. So questions not about this will take after that. So first of all, I want to thank you all for coming out, and I really want to thank our great partner, the Clorox Company, which is a great Oakland hometown corporation, and we think will remain an Oakland hometown corporation. We are here today to thank them because they stepped up for a need that came up when I was having lunch with their CEO, Mr. Nels, and he is an amazing booster of the city. And I had told him how I had been going to police lineups from day one when I became mayor, and that when I talked to our officers on the front line, they asked me for a couple of things. They wanted to get the number of police officers up, and now that we've finished negotiations, we effectively next week we'll be having 30 additional officers to the 10 officers that I brought back at the beginning of the year back from the officers who were laid off. They wanted better cars, and I'm working on that, but those are a lot more expensive. But they wanted updated notebooks in their cars because, you know, the police officers today use their notebooks to check on data, to look at GPS information, to quickly run identification checks on people. It's really their number one tool out there to get information, and that came up again and again and again. And I was mentioning this to the CEO of Clorox, and he said, well, how much do you think they'd cost? And he was very generous, and he has donated $50,000 and is now challenging other CEOs and other companies around Oakland to match him. And so I'm going to be going to the CEO Council and some other groups to ask them to match Clorox so that our officers can have the newest and up-to-date notebooks in their cars, and so that this can really support them. A city like Oakland, we have a lot of technological needs. As you know, we just put in our new radio system and still working the bugs out of that. We are looking at renewing a shot spotter. But really the notebooks are a little less sexy, but they're really a critical tool of our officers. And so I really want to thank the Clorox Company today for making one of our wishes come true, and hopefully other people will step up to the plate and join them.
A revolution. I see a revolution taking place in Oakland. There's some very interesting things that I see. I had a philanthropist walking in my office yesterday and said that he wanted to donate money to the Oakland Police Department. I see citizens coming forth, giving information on people committing crimes in the city of Oakland. I see a revolution taking place. And here today we have Clorox Corporation, a corporation that comes from this city, has been built in this city, comes forth and helps. This is a private-public partnership collaboration, which is what we need. I cannot thank Clorox enough. I am actually humbled. The officers, the men and women who do a diligent job every single day, they need the help, they need the assistance. Clorox answered the call. I can't ask for more. This donation of $50,000 will buy us 11 laptop computers, will help the officers get information, help us get to calls faster, quicker, and more efficiently. That adds to the 20 laptop computers, and this is a particular brand that we have. They're called Toughbooks. We have laptops today, but we're moving to a new brand that works more efficiently in our police cars, and it is making a dramatic difference for us. So in conclusion, much like what the mayor says, we thank Clorox, we're humbled by Clorox, We're greatly appreciative, so thank you very much for the partnership.
I'd like to also thank the mayor and Clorox for their generous donation here. This is a basic piece of equipment that officers need to do their job effectively and, as the chief said, efficiently. And just to briefly discuss what the benefits are to the system and what the system is used for, officers in the field look on their computers daily for wants and warrants on people, on vehicles. They research after crimes have been committed to try to look for the offenders. These systems also allow officers to look at computer-aided dispatch, so they can look directly at the calls that are standing in the city and be more efficient in how they respond to the calls. And it also is a basic process of using our field-based reporting. We now report all of our reports online with the computer systems, and the efficiency it gives us is they are directly sent to the records of the investigators, so they get there quicker and investigated quicker. The very basic benefit of this system is the durability. Our current system is mounted in the trunk of the vehicle. It has many areas of failure. These new systems will be mounted in the front of the vehicle. They have touch screens. Our current systems have keyboards that aren't backlit, that are more difficult to use. And so these new systems with the touch screens, the durability will again help officers to work on their job, be more efficient, and not have as many breakdowns with the system. So again, thank you Clorox for this. This is a great addition to the patrol officers.
Well, at Clorox, we say that we always work together to win, and that's a core value that we practice there. So it's real exciting to be able to partner with the City of Oakland and the Police Department in this project that was initiated by Mayor Kwan.
And her CEO.
And my CEO, Don Canal. So we're very happy to do that. These computers will help maximize the effectiveness of the Oakland Police, and we all benefit from that. All of us benefit from that, not just the police. So we get better crime stopping and better safety. So we are very pleased to kick off this initiative with a $50,000 donation, and we throw out a challenge to all of the rest of the businesses in Oakland to also match what we have done here today, and we want that to happen.
I'm sorry, Ms. Jones, you said you throw out a challenge?
A challenge.
Okay.
I'm throwing down a challenge.
All right.
Okay, throwing down a challenge. So by working together, we can all make Oakland safer for everyone. So I want to thank you for coming out.
Pictures?
Now we
Pictures.
have the technology now with the bike that you can run someone's driver's license info. We can obtain pictures of them either through the DMV or also through our county jail system. You can also, instead of an officer taking a traffic report, say in the street, have to come all the way back to the station, you can stay out in the field and complete the report right here at your bike.
Okay.
Computer comes out, you can also take it, if go on your lunch break, you can work on your paperwork right there during your lunch break instead of having to come all the way back to the office. So it keeps the officers in the field with basically all the tools that they need right there.
Okay. So do you have any questions about this story before we do the general briefing? No questions? Yes.
Just in terms of the number, I heard you're looking for, what, 120 more of these?
Yeah, we have about 140 patrol cars, so we'd like to get 120 more.
So that's where the other additional contributions, donations will come in.
Yeah, they're about 5,000 a piece. That's not just the laptop, but that's the installation and hooking them up and retrofitting the car.
Are donations going to be your best source, or any other source of funding for it?
You know, obviously we get occasional federal grants, but there are so many different needs. You know, people are talking about shot spotters. We're talking about other high-tech tools that the police department needs. We thought that this was a pretty something that people could relate to. People know what laptops are. People, although on this side you saw that when we make stops, we can now pull up pictures of people. We can see if they're really who they say they are. We can. This combined with a scanner that many of the cars have, we can pick up stolen cars right away. There's a lot of technology we wish the police department could afford, and I'm working on an overall citywide technology plan. But this was the top request of police officers. When I did the lineups, I did 3/4 of the lineups. We have 28 lineups. I went to about 21, 22 of them. And when I asked the guys on the front line, the guys who do patrol, what is it that they would like? And they almost all said, we'd like newer, faster, smarter laptops. And so when I mentioned this to Don Canals, who's the CEO of Clorox, over lunch, he said, I'm willing to help with that. I'm willing to donate some. So he came forward to $50,000, and now he has laid down a challenge apparently to all of his friends who are CEOs around town, are asking them to match him. Okay? Can you speak up a little bit? I'm sorry. We actually have an appointment with the family. Murder rates went down 5 years in a row, and this year they're up. We're running about the same as 2 years ago. Most of the time, murders are related to either domestic violence or to drugs or to gangs. This one is not explainable at all. They were out very late. I'm personally hoping it was a mistaken identity. This kind of random violence is just not acceptable. The best thing, though, that's come out of that, and I think the chief alluded to that, people have come forward right away on this one. Often in Oakland, people have this code of, oh, you don't snitch, you don't talk about it, and that just perpetuates the cycle. In this incident, people in West Oakland have been coming forward right away, and I'll let the chief talk more about that.
Just following up on what the mayor is saying, the question is what do we think about this? I think it's an outrage. I think anytime a life is lost in the city of Oakland, period, and especially in innocence, where you had a man trying to, with his family, trying to make a difference in the life of other homeless people who are less fortunate, and his life was taken. We're taking that very seriously, as well as we're taking the spike that we're dealing with very seriously. I think I want to give a message, though, and what the message I want to give is that the Oakland Police Department is coming. And what I mean by that is with the spike that we've had, we're having a response. We just had a probation sweep that just went over the last 4 days where we arrested 20 to 25 of the most problematic people in the city of Oakland. We're not stopping there. I am outraged, and we as an organization are going to start responding. What is really nice is that bringing back 30 more police officers that the mayor has sponsored that, is that we're going to use those 30 police officers to start making an impact. We're going to go to the hot areas, and we're going to start dealing with the shootings that have been happening in the city, and the senseless violence that's happened to families in the city.
Chief, I was just talking to the witness, the man who was out there at the scene, and he said, it might be hard to find the suspect because he didn't get a good look at him, he didn't get a license plate. Can you talk about the challenge of,
There's one of the things that Oakland Police Department is very good at, and if you haven't noticed, is they're very good at tracking down bad guys. And you see that time and time again. And what's really happening now, and I said this earlier about the revolution in Oakland, and I see it, is that more people are coming forward. With little tips and little clues, we're pretty good at tracking down people. It's just having the time and an ability, and when we bring back 30 more officers and the reorganization that we're doing in this police department, it's going to help us have more capacity and more time to follow up on those clues and leads, and we won't stop.
Chief, why is it that we don't have a suspect vehicle description from the police department, but the witness is able to give the media a very clear description of what it is that he saw?
It may be with the investigators. We try to keep things close to our vest to verify and validate. If you give us time to respond back to you, we may be in a position to release that. That doesn't mean that because you have a license plate that is accurate, we have to follow up. And there may be connectivities that we have that we don't want to put out there. So we ask for your sensitivity for this time. And you may not totally understand it because we're in the middle of an investigation. But I'm sure that when the detectives are ready, they will release that and verify the license plate on that.
Yes.
Yes, there is. And Ursi Joyner, when we have an opportunity, could respond to that.
I think it's 25,000, Ursi? Yes, 25,000. Let me just talk about that a little bit. You remember when the compost case happened. We really didn't want to tell you very much. we got so many false leads in that case, so we didn't want to put out the information, and it helped us screen the information that we didn't give you out everything that we had. And it's just, I know you want to put it out there. Sometimes it affects the case, affects our ability to prosecute the case. So we just ask you to be pretty sensitive. There may be things that we know that they're not going to talk about. That's just life. That's how it's always been on these particular crimes.
You know, one of the things that we're looking to do as an organization is how we come in contact with the mentally ill within our city. We're starting a CIT training, which is, most people know of as the Memphis model. It is a model that you teach police organizations on how to look at residents who are having mental issues, especially residents that may have knives, may have guns, and that you're dealing with them off of their medication. This is the first class that we've put on. It's a 40-hour class. We're graduating not only members of the Oakland Police Department, but we're training the region. We have other participants from other agencies, and it's kind of groundbreaking for us, so we're looking forward, and we also offer you the opportunity to come see this graduation. It's a one-time event for us, so please come out and see us and support us. I think it hasn't taken that long. It's been constructing a class to make sure that we get the best. And what we've done is we've looked at other agencies. In Southern California, where I was, we had a program like this, but we in Oakland here wanted to get the best of the program. So we brought a lot of practitioners together, and we put together a very specific program. We do have a lot of mentally ill in Alameda County because we have resources here. We come in contact with them on a daily basis, and when my officers come in contact, what I want is that everyone goes home safely. And so giving them the skills, giving them the tools in the toolbox, it would help us and help our residents to better serve our community as a whole.
Other questions? Okay, thank you very much.